Hi everyone, it's Matt from Greatness Everyday here, and in this video I want to talk to you about the 5 investments I believe every entrepreneur should make if they want to be successful. And these 5 investments are things that I've planned out strategically, and I want to say that I believe they should be done in order. So go ahead and give a thumbs up if you like this video, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let's get started by talking about the very first thing which I think every entrepreneur should make, and that is some sort of education. So with education, I want to say that this means so many different things. Sometimes school is the answer. Sometimes after, like secondary school, university, college is the answer. Sometimes an apprenticeship is the answer. There's so many things, and it doesn't have to be in the traditional school setting. Sometimes, depending on what you're doing, it might be served better in a real work experience situation, in an apprenticeship situation, or it might just be better teaching yourself whatever you're trying to learn, whatever skills, whatever knowledge you're trying to obtain. Might be better to teach yourself using online courses and different digital learning methods. So education is the very first one that I think, because whatever you're trying to talk about, you need to have learned somehow, whether that's a skill that you've learned, whether that's a language that you've learned, whether that's anything else. Okay, you had to obtain that skill somehow, and you learned it. You learned it by a traditional method, you learned it by a more hands-on method. Whatever the case is, number one, you need to learn something. And for me, education is important, right? I've gone ahead and learned a lot about the personal development world over this past year, and I'm continuing to learn. So learning shouldn't stop, but I'd say that you have to start with some form of learning at the very beginning. Number two is, I think after you have done that, you should invest in yourself. So investing in yourself, what does that mean first? So that means a couple different things. For me, investing in myself means that I put money aside in every paycheck. I put 10% aside of every paycheck, and that goes towards personal development. And personal development can be so many different things. That can be related to health and wellness. That could be related to learning something. That could be related to buying a book that I enjoy reading for fun. That could be getting a gym membership and things like that. You always want to be continuously challenging yourself, developing yourself into being the best person that you can be. And anytime that I talk to people about personal development and they're just kind of like, oh yeah, whatever, it boggles my mind, because shouldn't we all want to be the best versions of ourselves that we possibly can be? I mean, we've got one life to live. I want to make it the best one, the greatest one possible that I can. So shouldn't we all be interested in personal development? And that means many different things for us, each individually, but you need to make sure that you are investing in yourself. The next thing that I think you should invest in after you've done that is some sort of equipment. As an entrepreneur, you're going to leverage technology somehow. You're going to leverage technical equipment, electronic equipment. You're going to leverage also just kind of basic, more primitive equipment. But whatever you're trying to do, you need the right tools to do it. Right? If I was building a house and I didn't have a hammer and I didn't have a drill and I didn't have the screws and nails and the wood and supplies that I needed, well, that would be very hard if I didn't have the proper equipment. So sometimes you need to invest in getting the right equipment. Sometimes in our world right now, if you look at people trying to set up social media accounts, that equipment can be pretty simple. You need a smartphone. A smartphone can do everything from taking the photos to recording the video to recording podcasts to recording audio and so many other things, and it can do it super conveniently. Sometimes when you get all the other equipment like cameras and teleprompters, lights and external microphones, it can be overwhelming and things go wrong. The beautiful thing about just having a smartphone is you literally just pick it up, hit the record button, and you're done. So that's the third thing that I think you should do. After that, I believe you should go down, and once you've kind of started developing what you're doing, kind of developing yourself, and you've learned the skills that you need to do that with the proper equipment, well, then I think you should go ahead and you should start doing some sort of marketing. And marketing can be interesting. Typically, we think traditionally marketing as newspaper articles. We think of marketing as television commercials. But the reality is, certain demographics, the younger demographic right now, people are on their phones all the time. People are on Instagram. People are maybe on Facebook. People are on YouTube. People are listening to podcasts. Really, a lot of people our age is not watching TV anymore. So, marketing, I'd challenge you to do some sort of marketing and ask you, like, where are you doing that marketing? Social media marketing right now is the big one, as well as email marketing. You should be collecting people's emails so you can reach out to them eventually or whenever you need to, either just to keep contact with them, tell them about something, or sell them a product. So, marketing is important. Influencer marketing is another thing. You can use influencers with large amounts of following in order to go ahead and kind of put your product out there or put your brand and get some recognition towards your brand. There's a lot of different ways to do that, but the big one that I'm interested in is social media marketing. And that's really because if you look at Instagram and Facebook, that platform right now reaches so many people and has so much data on everybody. At the same time, the price point that you pay to get your message, whatever your message is, whether you're selling fruit or whether you're a fashion blogger, okay, it is extremely cheap currently to get that message in front of people and get that message in front of people that are more likely to see it. So marketing is huge and essential to your growth as an entrepreneur. And the last one here is a VA. And this is something that I'm thinking about personally now, is a virtual assistant. So how can you increase your workflow, focus more on the stuff that you want to do rather than the stuff that you have to do in terms of creating content and growing your brand? Well, one of the ways that you can do this is through the use of a virtual assistant. So can you connect with somebody globally that is able to go ahead and do those tasks that you don't want to do for you? You'd be able to pay them at a wage that you would negotiate. That is one way to do that. At the same time, with the development of artificial intelligence, maybe there's something, a system that you could purchase that you could go out and it would be able to help you be more productive, replying to emails and reaching out to people and things like that. So that might be something to look at. Eventually, you want to look at how can you expand your team so that you can, again, focus on the stuff that you want to, focus on the stuff that you're passionate about, focus on creating content maybe rather than focusing on emailing all the people you have to and contacting brands to reach out to and things like that. So there's the video. If you liked it, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below of these steps where you think you are currently at and where you think you'd like to be in the next 3 months. I'd love to hear from you and start the conversation about how you can invest in all of these different areas and grow as an entrepreneur. So I'd love to hear from you down below. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Instagram for daily inspiration and encouragement to live a great life. You can also visit our website at www.greatnesseveryday.online. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.